but I have a comment. And I hope the Prime Minister is listening. I was hoping to learn from the government what the emergency is, what the crisis is for Canada. I didn't hear that. I don't know why it inserts fear with the United States. I need to know that. Like, if you want us to work with you to support your goals for wealth, we need to know how that wealth that you want to protect is threatened by the terrorists. We don't know that. We're not in government, and we're not talking to officials in the United States or even within Manitoba, say south of us with North Dakota. We have no idea what those conversations are about. But you want us to give you a leap of faith to support you on this legislation that is causing fear for us, fear for our rights as a people. I think it's incumbent upon you to persuade us why we should support your country at this time. And I have not heard that story yet. But I also wanted to say to you, I don't believe you. Because 150 years ago, my ancestors signed what is called Treaty 5 in my community. One of my own ancestors signed that agreement, that treaty, Treaty 5. It's 150 years old this year. And it has not been honored by the country. We have never seen the wealth that was supposed to come from sharing the land with the settlers. So how are we to be confident with the words and phrases that you are telling us today about equity and meaningful consultation? To me, facts are more important than promises that may never be seen. And I want the Prime Minister to tell us how he intends to honor Treaty 5. And I'm only speaking about that treaty because it is a treaty my ancestors signed. But the call for honoring the treaties would apply to all the numbered treaties. What are you going to do about sharing the wealth that was gained by your country this past 150 years that we have not seen? So, I don't have a question, but I have a request for the Prime Minister to come to our territories, to sit down with us, the First Nations with treaties after Confederation. And you will learn from that conversation that the land that makes up those treaties was stolen in 1670 by King Charles II. And you will know also your country, Canada, received that land from the British Parliament in 1868. And that was before you came to talk to us about treaty. Your country already assumed that land was yours, but it never was, and it still is not.
Woo!
Na eu ininunina isipais tu usi utai opinion. Mr. Prime Minister, I'm looking at you right now. I don't see you as an average politician, not at all. I see you with hope for me and my people. And I think you need to sit down with us beyond this conversation here to really get to the bottom of that relationship that was established when the treaties were made. And let it be known also that if we see no action about sharing wealth, and I'm not talking about future development, I'm talking about past wealth created by the country. If we see no progress in that, we're going to hold the descendants of Queen Victoria accountable. We will go to London. Because the treaties are made in the name of Queen Victoria. And she said to our people, we will share the benevolence of the crown with you. We have not seen that.
No, we haven't.
So, in conclusion, Mr. Prime Minister, how am I people to share the pain with their country right now if we don't know what the pain is because of the tariffs? And we don't want to share the pain in a form of cutbacks to services and programs that are essential to the well-being of our communities right now. So that's another promise that you can make today. Because unlike the former prime ministers who dealt with the deficit of the country, and the former prime minister said to me face to face, Ovide, you have to share in the pain. Your people have to share in the pain. You have to do your part with deficit reduction, which was not our issue. Now, the promise of the treaty is real. It was the idea of two distinct people coming together to build something together that would be beneficial to both nations. But that never happened. Why? And then instead, your mission was coast to coast to create this country. And the provinces emerged on our territories, and they had no interest, no desire to share the wealth with our people, and that is visible today. We want you to rescind the NRTA. Because that breaks the treaty. That is a break of the treaty, just like the Indian Act was a break of the treaty when the promise for schools in our communities did not happen because the power was given to the churches to establish schools called residential schools. The churches did not make our treaty, we did. But they benefited from it. And the reason why our people are now calling upon you to share the wealth is because we could not do it before now. Because the Indian Act prohibited lawyers coming to our defense. And then our children were sent into residential schools so they would lose their language and their culture and their spirituality. That would put us in a state of confusion for more than 50 decades. 5 decades. They would say, you see, there's always a limit to our conversation in forums like this. But if you come to our territory, we will honor you, we will treat you with respect as you deserve as the head of this country. But at the same time, we would expect you to honor our people and our leaders likewise.
I will say.